Hello, everybody. I hope you're well. My name is Stuart Shepherd, and I'm from Seven Seasons Mortgage Originators. We have been in the mortgage origination business since 2003, and we have financial service experience that dates back to 1978. I was asked the other day, does my credit rating affect my ability to get a home loan? Well, of course, the short answer is yes. But I thought maybe what I could do is I'd make a short video and we could just explore some of the things that go around this topic. You know, in days gone by, people used to live in little suburbs, villages, towns, and they were well known to each other. So if somebody wanted a loan, they went to the bank, saw the bank manager, and the bank manager knew a lot about that person and about his family, and could take a decision as to whether it was a good thing to give the loan or not. Not too many years ago, before computerization, each branch, for a current account customer, each branch of a bank had a thing called a character card. And any arrangement for an overdraft was typed on that character card. And if anything good had been done by this customer, like for example, the person's daughter was made the head girl of a school, or person was selected to play rugby for the provincial side, all of that was recorded onto this character card. If somebody was overdrawn, they would get phoned by the bank and say, are you okay? Why are you overdrawn? And when are you going to stop being overdrawn? Slowly that started to change, and as computerization became more and more into effect, it became the scenario where you would be sent a birthday card by a computer as opposed to being sent a birthday card by someone who actually knew it was your birthday. What happened also is that customers decided, this modern consumer, that maybe they wouldn't just go to their own bank, they would go to other banks because maybe another bank could give them a better deal. So now what happened was their own bank was slowly becoming less aware of the customer. But the other bank had never even seen this person. They just appeared out of the blue and applied for a loan, and the bank knew nothing about them whatsoever. So they had to find a way of working out, how do we actually calculate the credit worthiness of somebody if we don't really know them? And so what happened was they looked at a thing called a credit score. So now when a person applies for a loan, it goes through a computer system, and in fact they look at many different variables, one of the main ones being the credit score of the person. And if it's an acceptable score, well, you have a good chance of getting the loan if you can afford the loan. Now, each economically active person in South Africa has a credit rating. The thing is that if it's not acceptable to the bank, then it means that the bank doesn't want to give you a loan, or they'll give you a lower loan, or they'll give you a loan at a bad interest rate. So what you need to do is to maybe look after your score. If you pay accounts after the due date, if you go into debt review or debt counseling, or if you get a judgment, for whatever reason that has all happened, that affects your score and makes it harder and sometimes actually impossible for you to get a loan. The sad thing, though, is that some people say, I don't believe in having accounts, so I pay cash for everything. But if you pay cash for everything, nobody knows anything about you, and so you don't build up a score. So now you think you've done a marvelous job because you've done nothing wrong. You go to apply for a loan, the bank tells you your credit score is too low, we know nothing about you, you have an unacceptable score, and we're not going to give you a loan, which is actually a bit sad for that person. So what we need to do is we need to say, how do we get our score better? Well, if there's something wrong that you have done, you need to make sure that all the arrear accounts are brought up to date. You need to make sure that any debits that go through your bank account aren't returned as unpaid. And that will slowly build up your credit rating, and it might take you a year. If you have a low credit score because you're not economically active, then what you need to do is you need to become economically active in the eyes of the bank. And that means opening accounts. So you need to pop along to a department store and open an account, a clothing account. You don't have to go and buy 42 suits or something. You can buy a pair of socks. You can buy a pair of shoes. You can buy a shirt or a hat, something small, but that you need to operate on that account. And then what happens is you need to pay what's owing before the due date. The next thing that's good is for you to open a credit card. Don't fall into the trap of opening a credit card with a very high limit. Just open a card with a low limit, put some expenses during the month, your groceries or whatever, on that card, and at the end of the month, settle what is owing. But it means that people will see that you're behaving in a good way financially. The other thing, of course, is that if you go to one of the major banks and you open a current account, you then build up a behavioral score in the books of that bank. So when we apply for a loan for you, then what happens is you have an internal score at that bank and you get a better deal very often. So building up a credit score can take a year or so to happen. The question that we were asked in the beginning, does my credit rating affect my ability to get a home loan? Well, it does. But it also means that you're a lower risk if you have a good rating. And the bank can then give you a loan at a better rate. And if you have a loan at a better interest rate, you save a lot of money for yourself over the term of the loan. Now, owning a home is a great thing. It's a place to have fun, to relax, to be at peace with the world, and to create excellent memories. And it's really, really nice to have a home, but you need to get a home loan normally. To get a home loan, you need to be an acceptable borrower in the eyes of the bank. And one of the key elements is to have a good credit rating. And hopefully, these little comments that we've made in this video will help you to understand the importance of a credit rating and to know that your credit rating does affect your ability not only to get a home loan, but also to get it at a really good rate. We look forward to helping you. We here at Seven Seasons would love to assist you with your home loan. Happy day to you, and until next time. Bye-bye.